Hi there. I wanted to come on and talk about a topic that has been kind of common this week, actually, in many of my check ins with some of the clients I work with. Yet a topic that I know many of you, we all have experienced in some way, shape, form. Comparison. So comparison to whether that's someone else's body, or even you can even consider this jealousy, comparison kind of feeling. Someone else's health journey, someone else's what they're doing, their results, their body, right, in that sense. And I want to talk about it. We've all probably heard that phrase of like comparison is the thief of joy, right? And the truth is, that's exactly what it does. And the same thing with jealousy. These are distractions away from your own journey. And they really provide us with nothing. One of my clients this week actually like said that before in anything. In her check-in, she was saying, found myself comparing myself. And within that, I also recognized that it was literally stealing my joy away and it was doing nothing for me. Like, right? Like that is, it's, we can still recognize that and still have trouble with it. And that's okay too. But it's good to talk about it because I think there's the commonality of what happens in terms of when we have that comparison, have that jealousy. Like, what do you tend to do, right? Evidence shows there's lots of like evidence. There's this Japanese study I was just reading a little while ago about the ideal body and dissatisfaction with our own bodies and what that leads to in terms of weight management, like behaviors, right? So it relates it to the behaviors. And this is where, when I initially started out with coaching, this was my motto, and it still is. I just don't have it written out there, but it's whatever you think is what you do. What you do over time is what you become physically, what your body looks like. And this is where this plays in that sense of if we're thinking and we're focused on comparison, right? You're focused on this other person, their journey, how I'm not where I want to be yet. I don't feel how I want to feel yet, right? And I feel this way. I get this dissatisfaction. What do we do when we're dissatisfied? What do we do when we're not feeling good? We tend to try to subdue that feeling, right? We tend to go towards actions, behaviors that comfort in the moment, whether that's food, whether that's having a glass of wine or alcohol, right? Whether that's like screw hands up, like I don't feel worthy, I don't feel like I'm doing what I like, getting where I need to get, right? We feel this instead of what we would love to see is like great for that person. Like whatever they're doing for their body is great. We don't know anything about their digestion, their hormones, their stress level, their intake level, their health history, their genetics, their anything there, but whatever they're doing, it's working for them. I'm happy for them, right? I feel genuine happiness for them. It doesn't take away anything from my journey, right? It shouldn't. And I'm going to go and I really want to feel and look how that person's feeling and looking in their own way, right? I want that too for me. I'm going to go and light my fire and keep doing or do stronger, do better the things that I need to do to get to where I need to go, right? Not distracting from my journey, but I'm putting more into myself and my journey to feel how I want to feel because I felt that little tinge of like jealousy or comparison or in that sense. But I think it's really important to talk about because the common pattern we see often, right, which is very common, which is why I say common pattern, it's common because we feel comparison, we feel it, we feel jealousy, we feel this way. And then we start to question our own selves instead of literally allowing the joy of someone's journey and praising them and allowing them and feeling happy for someone's success and still going with ours. Where the hiccup comes in, where I always want to make sure it's clear, is a lot of times that doubt that comes in is a lack of understanding of how you're getting to where you're going or a lack of trust in your own ability or adherence. So we want to look more closely at those things, right? Because why you're not where you're at is because of something, whether that's something you need to own on an adherence standpoint, right? Instead of jumping to something else, it's like, I still haven't been consistent in this thing or that thing or the other thing, right? Or is it a standpoint of my internals are, I'm in a healing phase. Like, yeah, I want to be there, but I'm not yet able. My body's not yet in a state, like because of my journey, how it's unfolded, what I've done, my behaviors, however I've gotten here, I'm not yet able to get that response from my body yet. And it's okay to have moments of dissatisfaction and moments of jealousy and moments of comparison. We just need to remember that staying there and also acting on that dissatisfaction really does nothing for us. It just steals us from getting any closer to our goals and steals us away from the joy of that moment, right? Like it's just not worth it. So again, easier said than done, but I love talking about this stuff and I'd love to hear any of your thoughts and opinions and challenges that go along with that. I think it's a really, really important topic to talk about.